This will be the first PixelComposer daily. Since I stopped doing live stream a long time ago, I was thinking that I just gonna use this channel for posting a daily, like a review of what I did today. And it's gonna be a short video. There will be no edit or whatever, because I want to make it as easy as possible for me to make this so that I can keep doing it every day. And I'm just gonna do a summary of what I did today, just for my accountability too, and also just as an update, because I'm gonna mention stuff that I'm probably not gonna mention in the bigger video as well. Today I did the new node, right? We have this MK smoke, and you can see here is a node for generating really specific, again by the theme of MKFX, really specific effects, and this one is for this kind of smokes, right? All the animation here, and it basically just gonna simulate a smoke movement. There are two phases, right? We have this like wave phase, then we have the spiral phase, right? And the wave phase is basically this oscillation. Basically, you can control the amount of the duration of the phase over lifespan, right? You can control the frequency, the phase, the curve, all that kind of stuff. And the spiral phase is the end there. Again, you can control the spiral. You can even unroll it in a way, right? You can control the amplitude of the spiral, the velocity or the amount of curvature, right? And then you can animate it in one click, so you don't have to go to. I think you can also do this kind of effect with like part, right? And then do draw line and stuff like that as well. But if you're gonna want to animate this, you're gonna have to have more step, more process. And if you want to generate a bunch of them, it's gonna be more annoying too. Like here, you can generate multiple of them. There are amount control here. I can generate 4 of them, give it some area where to spawn, right? And then give it a different parameter here. With different parameter, can give it different lifespan here for the scale, the lifespan, right? The frequency of the wave, the amplitude. All the property here is a range properties, so that it can be vary between each copies. Also the color as well. So now I'll also speed too, right? So now you can animate multiple of them with different parameter, which this kind of effect definitely gonna be harder to do with just the normal part and draw line. Now you can still do it, to be fair, but it requires more and more stuff, right? And the point of MKFX node is to make sure this kind of effect is as easy to do as possible. The control is quite limited, again, because the effect is supposed to be specific, but I might add more too. But right now, this is all the control that we have. Right, and this is a new node, new MKFX node, right? Then we also have a number of bug fix. So this morning I got bug report. I got through an email a bug report when moving the window to different monitors. The problem with that kind of bug is that I cannot replicate it. It's a really like fatal errors, because it doesn't show up. It doesn't display like a normal crash report display, right? It like a default error dialog. And when that happens, it's mostly something to do with the GPU stuff, right? That I don't have a lot of control of. So if I cannot reproduce it on my device, it's gonna be really difficult to debug. So right now, there's nothing I can do about it. But I'm gonna try different things, because I try to move around my screen and it doesn't happen to me, right? And it's easy to say that it doesn't work, it doesn't happen on my machine, but like it does happen to their machine. But I don't know their configuration yet. Maybe it like a Windows version, DirectX, OpenGL operating system. There's just so many reasons for things to go wrong there. But that's the report on that is that I don't know, right? And then we have other bugs, right? Another bug necessary. We have, what is it? Do we have example? Oh, that's a jigsaw node. I think I work a little bit with the cast shadow node. Or did I not save anything here? What is this? Oh, unfortunately, we can just make it here, I guess. So the cast shadow and the 2D light, right? This is also a feature request and kind of bug report too from the Discord channel. is I think that the shape of these two lights are different. Use the same ambient color. What am I looking at? Okay. Because in the past these two are actually two different algorithms, right? But now it uses the same algorithm. Use the same algorithm, yeah. So now by default, these two lights should work the same. Should look exactly the same, right? The attenuation and the radius and stuff like that, right? And they also apply to other 2D light as well, because now I changed, basically just turned from like drawing it from the CPU to shader, right? From like setting using draw primitive for like light attenuation, now it's all use pure shader. So there are also some improvement with like quality, I think, with the flame type here. In the past it looked really bad because it's just a bunch of triangle. Not sure how I get away with that, but now it's a shader, so it now look properly, right? Look it's probably smooth. Right, so there's a work over there. And there's some bug with the canvas node, not very important. Bug with the preference. I'm not sure how many people actually use preference to like change the hotkey. Probably not a lot, right? But I think in the past, yesterday, every day before yesterday, right? There's a bug where you cannot scroll down to the end of the list there. So there are a lot of hotkey that you cannot change. That has been fixed. Oh, Winnet. This Winnet just got a new mass input. That's it. I'm quite surprised that there is no mass input until now, right? But now you can add mass to it. Probably because these nodes are so old. It's one of the first nodes I make, right? It predated like the mass system, so I didn't pay attention to it. But yeah, now it have mass. Cool. There's some bug with the context menu when you right click on it, and when you right click and the context menu here, wait, I can show some example. Yeah, like this. When you right click and then the context menu show up while your mouse on top of some option, right? And then you release the key, release the mouse or the right mouse, it will just activate whatever under it, right? And that's kind of a feature, because normally when you select here, while holding the right click, you can now scroll down and then like release to activate the action, right? I think it's quite convenient. I quite use it, but there will be there is a problem when you right click on it and it show up immediately here, and it causes like problems. Of course, it just means like you do like a right click, immediately right click, it activates whatever the mouse is hovering on it, and it causes all kind of problems, right? So now it has been fixed. You only do like the right click control when your mouse is outside the context menu, right? There are also a number of new projects that I create, right? And this is how I I work with the software. I just like create some artwork, create some image to see if there's some kind of workflow I can optimize, if there's some bugs, right? And I think this project is why I add in the mass input to the vignette, because I need this effect to work. And this is an animation for today. One of them. I think I will upload this on social media probably tomorrow or so, not sure. I think there are another one. I mean, this is just testing out the NK smoke, right? Another one. Oh, this one is a Milky Way each thing, right? I also, because this will introduce to another addition, is like the width part of the draw line node now have the blend mode. And you can set blend mode, right? So you can merge all the parts together like this. Really niche, I guess, but I need it in this situation where I want to use it as a scatter map. Right? It's so slow to this scatter, like 11 milliseconds. I've tried to scatter 800 particle with like distribution map. They have to read surface buffer every time, 800 times, so like also scale map as well. These are quite slow. But yeah, I'm not sure I'm gonna upload this one to social media. It doesn't look really interesting, but that's this one. And yeah, that should just be it for today.